The children that were scattered about the floor of the common room looked at the old man, waiting for a tale of faraway lands and heroic exploits. I suppose we were at the beginning then. The underdog, the grove, the sea, the palace, they all converged right there.
Harold, have you ever seen so many different kinds of people in such a big place? How hard could it be to find somebody that knows where Tailwind is?
You're a miracle, boy.
I shake my head and quietly to myself say, there's no such thing as miracles.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a running start. I'll count to 30. 1, 2.
30, and then I'm gonna run at him and attack him.
You told me your history. I was born on that boat. Huh? That ship that your friend is dissecting.
I absolutely hate how chipper you always are.
And it'd be a good look on you, though.
If it's a riddle, I want to solve it. If it's a lock, I want to open it.
I'm a holy woman, and I'm looking for things that were taken from me and my people.
They could not begin to fathom the situation that they found themselves in. Okay.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm sitting like a bisexual.
It's good.
Yay!
How do you, what?
That's something Mike said. Apparently I do when I get nervous.
I want to get in this.
What does that mean?
It's a running joke that I've seen online that like LGBTQ and bisexual people tend
Never
to like,
sit in chairs
crouch
correctly.
Never sit in chairs correctly. It's like
I am sitting cross-legged right now on a couch.
Same.
Well, first we should probably say that this is the first session that we're doing after we recorded all those prequels. So we're back. We don't know what's gonna happen.
No, and
So
we have been thrown into the veriest deep of ends.
I am
Very
horrified.
high. I'm so
Deepest
excited. I have ideas
I have ideas
as
as
to
well.
have this not be a fight.
I really
I
don't want
agree.
this to be a fight. I want us to be chill with this dragon.
so he won't want witnesses probably though.
I mean, to be fair, we don't know that.
We also don't know any. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know
'Cause,
anything.
well, my
for
thought
sure.
was because all of the undead guards were
Ball.
servants of Baal, that he might be a baller as well.
Maybe a baller, yeah.
Could be like a long lost prince
Baller's lair.
looking for his princess. And then June is like, I like bad boys, and she like flips her hair.
No, I think
Terrible at
June,
most things
you're
he
not
attempts.
attracted to him because
think
you're attracted
spitting-
to bad boys, and he's such a good boy. I can't
Ooh,
stress
you're
that.
right. He's the goodest boy, the bestest.
He's so good. He's
What
just
if
like a
the-
big old puppy.
What if the dragon talks and it's a lady dragon?
it could be a lady dragon.
It's a lady dragon.
Okay, Momo,
They, them are a big
June
old
is
puppy.
still gonna flirt.
We could have stumbled upon her nest, and I
Oh,
feel
snap.
like that
Oh,
would
no.
be even worse.
Because they just want to leave. I'm so nervous.
That's my only. That's.
I'm so scared.
Well,
I do have a question, though.
Yes.
Just like to think about, what if the dragon did have any song requests, what song do you think that they would request?
Metal.
Through the
I
fire
think-
and
I
flames.
think what I know about
X gonna give it
black
to you.
dragons is they would love heavy metal, angry, rage music.
Danish black metal.
Right?
We can start a band with this dragon.
Gosh. Okay,
Endless possibilities. Leary could be riding it by the end of the day.
listen, if this dragon wants some cash, it'd be a smart decision to hang out with us.
Yeah.
There is some amazing speculation happening here, and I am loath to put it to rest, but I would like to
But please do.
have you all focus back in and think about how this started. Not this encounter, but the story. The world of Abir Terrell shudders. The weave of magic holds all together in an unimaginable network of power, faith, understanding. pure magical energy that is unharnessed, untainted. Neutral in all things, this power is accessible to those of particular talent. Some are born with gifts that allow them to tap into this wellspring of power. Others spend their entire lives seeking the mysteries that it holds. But in the history of Abir Terrell, there have been events that have caused this weave to alter, shift in dramatic ways, and create cataclysmic events that not only reshape the very face of the world, but affect the lives of everyone that witnesses the change that occurs within that time. And as the long ages have passed and eras have come and gone, there have been two sunderings. The first sundering was the herald of something new. The second sundering, which has occurred not so long ago, has brought misery and pain. It has twisted the world. It is yet to be seen if this shuddering, this cataclysmic twist in the weave, will ultimately lead to the betterment of the lands of Abir Terrell or their destruction. But the weave reverberates with the power of the breaking that has just occurred. And along the Sword Coast, somewhere, deep below Waterdeep, past the sewers and into caverns that begin to encroach upon the realms known as Undermountain, a small group of adventurers have taken with them an object of great power and have fled against those foes that would seek to find them and take this powerful item back. And while they do not fully understand what it is they carry, they have been drawn to this place. And in a dark cavern, one that is slick and wet, filled with the corpses of countless dead, a massive lair has been constructed. The long dead bones of 1,000 upon 1,000 souls lie here. A shattered ancient bridge and a deep black pool of thick viscous water. Hanging from the shattered remains of this bridge as it crumbles under the weight of all that stand upon it, Juniper Creed struggles to maintain her grasp. The harsh stone tears into the palms of your hands. You can feel the blood flowing. You are battered and exhausted as you have made your way here. There is something wholly unnatural about it. It writhes with a dark energy. And all around you, scattered amongst those skeletal remains, the dead reach up feebly, hoping to grasp upon you and pull you under with them. But from that dark pit, the filthy black pool that fills this chasm, another figure has emerged. pulling itself from the abyss. The lithe, twisting head of an enormous black dragon emerges. Its eyes are sunken. Its scales and flesh are pulled taut, making it feel just as corpse-like as the remains that surround it. Horrid rows of razor-sharp fangs jut at impossible angles out from the underbite on this creature as it is wreathed in a pair of horns that, like a jagged crown, sit regally upon its twisted, lean head. Its ragged black wings extend standing on the bridge, weapons drawn, surrounded by the darkness and the heavy, lingering mist. MacLeod Mandorian watches on. The light artificially cast begins to sputter, and then is extinguished. Any without natural abilities are immediately plunged into darkness. Calder, you're filthy, tired, and still artificially aged by an encounter with spirits elsewhere within these tunnels. Your youthful visage has been accelerated to that of middle age. Doddle, you find it hard to breathe here. The filth in the air and the stale smell of the dead choke you. You feel as if a barrier has been broken, and there is a tingle upon your skin. It is electric. And from your small clawed fingers, sparks of raw energy emit a powerful burst of light before dropping you all back into darkness. You feel tired and stretched and pulled in 5 different directions, as if your spirit was being physically assailed by this place. And there's a twisting in your stomach. Something isn't right. Illyri, you stand, sword drawn. Your feet are sure, Saray. Your placement upon these rocks is certain. The years of training that you have received from your masters has not failed you in this place. But judging this cavern that has been burrowed deep, deep below the city, it radiates of something that you are familiar with. An energy that you recognize. A power that you have so long sought to deny. Hawk feels something different. The blade in your hand begins to hum with power as the hilt extends and crackles with purplish light. I need you all to roll initiative.
Let's go. Let's
Boys
go.
are back in
Let's
town.
Go. Let's
I got a natural 1, which makes sense.
Oh, you go.
I'm very
spell.
small, and it's very big,
Wait,
and I've never seen anything like that. My Doddle voice isn't quite correct.
Busby isn't even powered on because I, like an idiot, turned it off. I took the battery out of my damn Tamagotchi bird. Now I
Because
have to
wasn't Busby being like a butthole? Like it's like poisoned or like cursed?
it looks like the normal yellow energy is now purple. It's pretty sus. So I don't
It got
trust
hacked.
yeah, exactly. Hacker man touched must be.
You just need a VPN to change your location.
So Ray has a higher dexterity than Hawk, I believe. Is that correct?
That's funny.
Ellery does.
Okay, so Ellery does, but we have 3 people operating on 9.
I have a +3 dexterity. That's my dexterity score.
0 for me.
I also have a +3 dexterity.
Oh, wow.
Well.
This feels like the thing with the baseball bat that they do in the movies.
So just decide who's going first then.
Ellery, you should go first.
All right.
Gesundheit.
That was my decision.
That was a laugh at Cause's face.
Unless you don't want to. If you don't want to go first, I will
All right.
happily go first.
So Ray's going first then.
Yeah, I'd rather follow your lead.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Leary's gonna default to watching what you do first.
I feel like what happens is like we both look at each other and we're just like, okay. Crap. Okay.
Having slipped from the shield, grasping on to the side of this crumbling rock outcropping, you see the creature beneath you, Juniper. As you look downward, you see the almost luminescent eyes of this beast. This sharp-toothed black dragon with a head easily the size of your entire body rise from the depths below and lunge forward at you, talons grasping as it moves forward, and immediately everything goes dark as the magical lights that you have carried with you into this place are extinguished. You are first in the initiative order. What would you like to do?
As it lunges towards her, June immediately is like, Death Ward! And casts Death Ward.
All right. So as you cast the spell, you reach out to the Oaken Father. Your shield is not in your hands. Calder is perhaps 3 feet ahead of you. And you see your shield. The stern wooden visage of your deity emblazoned upon the front of it, grown naturally from this ancient and powerful artifact. It is everything that you have fought for, the reason that you are in Waterdeep, and what has guided you here. To all of your companions, those that you saw in the visions before. And as you hang there, you reach, not with your hands, but with your heart, to tap into the power of the wild, natural places of this world. And for a moment, you are not here. The standing stones surrounding you, a soft green echo of magic courses through the glyphs that have been carved there so many, many ages ago. It is your home. And most of the world that you know revolves around the changing leaves and the seasonal shifts that happen within this place. Like pebbles dropped in a pond, your grove begins to wither and die in front of you. Trees twist and darken, their leaves dropping in a flurry, and as they do, they go from brown and gold and red to charred black. Everything begins to die. And you see, there on the other side of the circle, staring at you. A silhouette. A shadow that wavers and shifts. You cannot see its features or its face, but you know that it is watching you. And the energies of your shield fill you for a moment, and that spark reignites, and you are back in this cavern. Hanging from this shattered bridge, the power of the Oaken Father grants your request, and the death ward is complete.
She would love to try to grasp for Calder.
And it's in this moment as you reach forward that everything goes dark. And you see Calder and Calder's face as he looks down at you, desperately grabbing onto your shield, thrusting it forward, hoping that it might reach you. Far too far away to do so with his arm. There is 3 feet between the two of you, and you are slipping quickly as the blood slick underneath your hand rubs into the harsh rock that you feel crumbling and cracking beneath your grasp. You can make an athletics check, and we'll see if you're able to pull yourself up.
I'm gonna throw up.
And that is a 6, June.
Sure is.
In the moment where everything goes dark, Calder, your eyes meet with June's, and there is an understanding that washes across her face as the rock crumbles and breaks as she tries to pull herself up, and she begins dropping. As you see the enormous creature thrusting itself from the dark muck below. Wings spread as it glides upward towards her. And then everything goes dark. And you feel a putrefied, rotten push of air rising up around you. And a horde of flies begin buzzing, pushing past you. Maglo, you are the final individual that will act before the dragon. What would you like to do?
He puts his hand in his bag. He pulls out this small collection of tiny moving blobs of slime, and he reaches out and wipes one blob on Saray, one blob on Illyri, and then wipes another on himself. These blobs kind of, they dry. It's this pasty thing that dries really quick to their skin, and he's going to cast Aid. Their max HP goes up by 5, just to give him a little more hardiness, because Maglo's like, we're about to get jumped by summon.
Ooh. Yeah.
Well, hopefully that's a woo, yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like to do, Maglo?
No. He did that and then immediately went back into his bag and started fiddling with more stuff. But no, that's him done.
As you fall, Juniper, you feel something grasp around you. Snatching you from the air. Large, powerful claws. And I need you to make an athletics check.
Sorry. I got a dirty 20.
You managed
good roll
to to reposition yourself and roll into this grasp, preventing the talons from digging into your side. And while you are held tight by these iron bands that have wrapped themselves around your torso as you are forcibly yanked upwards, the sword-like claws have not stabbed into you. I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Absolute.
We are not a wise boy.
Oh, Matthew with the 9s. Could we not?
Okay, that's
Come in and clutch these rolls, Piper. Come in and clutch.
24. Or sorry, 22.
I've gotten like 3 14s in a row. This has not happened before. Am I a normal person today?
Normal person.
Just put in there. I got a 22.
I got 7.
Not going in.
Whoa.
Which means I rolled a 2.
Oh.
I'm very startled. I'm very, very startled.
Mine was a 17, but I got +5 on
Listen,
it.
homie, there's a whole dragon. That's fair. Juniper's like clutched by a
love
dragon.
that
She's
for
like, I wonder if Doddle's okay.
There is a certainty within June's heart. A resolute shift in the moment. You are calm. You find your center. And though the shield is not within your grasp, you feel its presence, as if it is desperately reaching out to you and lending you its strength. But this is not the power of the shield. This is your own power. And though you may die, you refuse to die in vain and without making a stand. You are fully unaffected by the frightful presence of this dragon, and you will not be during this encounter. However, while Illyri and Hawk are also stalwart in the presence of this creature, the rest of you freeze as that cold shiver down your spine expands. And the presence of this thing, just barely seen, fills you with dread. You will be rolling all attacks and all skill checks with a disadvantage. And you are not physically capable of moving closer to the dragon, as long as the fear stays. A certainty of death descends upon this bridge. Do any of you speak the language Draconic?
I'm sorry, but could you just say that one more time, please?
Of course.
I don't, but I think I
don't.
comprehend languages. I do.
You'll have to cast that spell.
On my turn, right?
I do speak Draconic, though.
Do you?
Yeah.
I speak
Obviously.
I'm yelling, hey, wait, one more time, please, dragon.
I am really terrified that Illyri is our translator.
Also,
I
just
think she
terrified.
wants to die again, though.
Also, just terrified that she can speak Draconic.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, wait, hold
Take
on.
what you know. Sometimes you go to the tavern, you drink a few cocktails.
God, I
you know
don't
what
trust
language you start
Illyri. God, I don't
speaking.
trust her.
Stupid rats. Why have you disturbed me?
That is roughly what it translates into.
Just trying to get out of the tunnel here, please.
We're bad at leaving.
Calder, you do not know what this creature has just said, and you smell an acrid wind, and it burns your nostrils.
Like he goes to yell June's name because that's the last thing he saw. Like he thinks June has just fallen, and so he is like a little bit devastated about that. And then, he's paralyzed with fear, so I think he just brings the shield up close to himself, just like clutches it. He doesn't know where he is or where anyone else is. It's just scared.
Make a wisdom check.
Okay. I have a -1 to this either way, so.
You do have a full array of your luck if you choose to use it.
That's a 6, so I would like to, if I may, maybe on this one. Yeah. Hey, that's much better. Okay, that's an 18.
That's my guy.
Okay.
You thrust June's shield in front of you, and as you do, a light emanates from it. Pods and nodes that are interworked into the wooden face of the shield begin to glow with a bright green light, and the magical darkness is dispelled.
Holy shit.
Are you a believer?
I believe in Calder, definitely.
Hal's just looking down like, am I a magical boy?
And everyone can see what is in front of them.
I'm like getting a hot flash.
Same, oh my God.
You see an enormous black dragon perched upon the other side, blocking your egress from this place. Across this bridge, towards the other side of the cavern, you see the faint glow of the gateway that you were hoping to make before this had all occurred, before the fall and everything that happened afterwards. However, it is far away from you. The distance is considerable. And you see June within the talons of this beast, held close to its chest. Do you have a bonus action or anything else that you would like?
I have an action surge. Is there anything, can he Indiana Jones this? I have a whip that is, I believe, reaches 10 feet.
Would you like to try to swing across?
I think I would if there's some way.
There are jagged pillars on either side of this bridge where arches once stood. They have rotten away with time. But the pillars are still there, and there are jagged outcroppings from the tops of them. You could attempt to use your whip to swing from one end of the bridge to the other.
Let's do this. Let's parkour. Let's see what we got.
Let's call that athletics.
Thank God. Please. Oh, I still. Hey.
That's my reaction.
With a 21 Calder, you wrap the whip perfectly around a jagged bit of stone on the other side of this bridge, and then you leap into the air with the shield, swinging across.
Sweet beans.
Now, you've placed yourself here, Calder.
Oh. Yes, I have.
I picture that's how he reacts when he gets there. He's like,
yeah.
Oh.
Because of that, you have triggered a reaction from the dragon.
Whoa.
And the dragon's tail swipes outward with a dexterity not unlike your whip, striking at you. You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Christ.
And I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Don't kill my son.
15 points from being swatted like a fly with his tail. We cannot fight this dragon.
Oh, that's a 7. However, I do still have a luck. Or I still have 2 more.
They are a precious resource.
They are.
Calder, but you are free to use a luck if you choose.
I mean, I take the 15 points of damage.
Either way.
Right? So,
But I would entreat you to observe your surroundings.
right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it. I don't want to fall into the black sludge water. So here we go. Let's try this again, please. Oh.
That's a natural 1, Calder.
Yes, it is.
And unfortunately, with luck, you have to keep it.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Oh no.
Because luck is not
serves me
always
right.
good. So you have a natural 1, and per the house rules, I need you
Yeah.
to make another roll to see if you get a second natural 1. You can roll
Of
the
course.
same thing.
Okay.
Oh, how did the roles reverse?
That's a 4. Okay, so I did not do that. Well, you see, I rolled 21 to get over there, so naturally I have to roll terribly now.
So
So
I'm
I
going to
did
give
not
you a
roll
choice.
second.
I'm
Okay.
going to give you a choice.
Yeah.
Calder, yourself
Yeah.
or the shield.
Oh no. Shit. I mean, oh my god. Give me a moment.
Is this a decision that June can see that Calder has to make?
This is happening in the blink of an eye in front of you, June.
I was like, can she make eye contact?
You can make eye contact, but you cannot
Please.
communicate.
Oh.
Okay, well, in the split second, she's gonna look at you. I'm gonna cry. She's gonna look at you like you're the most important thing in that moment.
Oh.
Oh
Oh. Because see, in Cal's mind, he is fully convinced that the shield is the thing that's keeping the lights on.
no! Oh no! There's so many decisions.
I know.
It's almost like we have a good DM.
If it is allowable for Cal to interpret that moment of June's meaningful look, then maybe I will make an informed decision here. And
Your choices are your own.
Oh, balls.
That's true.
God, come on.
Now it's
Okay,
flip a coin.
all right.
Although Calder can.
I feel like if not for that look, he definitely would have tried to save the shield. But that look, I think, will allow him to just go like, okay.
And she has like a silent tear go down her face.
All right, okay. I think I'll choose. Wait, you just said yourself for the shield. You didn't say for what?
I know.
Oh, you motherfucker!
I'm sweating. The shield, you know.
Calder hits the ground and rolls. His hand at the last moment throws outward and grabs onto the edge as your legs pinwheel out. Sliding, you barely stop yourself from toppling over into the darkness below. And you hear the clatter of bone and the sighs of the dead beneath. But when that tail struck, what everyone else sees is that the dragon wasn't aiming at Calder. The dragon was aiming at the shield. Striking it from Calder's grasp in that moment, it topples it through the air and over the side of the bridge, dropping into the depth. And there is a splash somewhere far below.
Son of a bitch.
For you, Illyri.
That was foolish.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Dragon.
Hooray.
Woof. Okay, okay, what do I know about black dragons?
Make a nature check.
Oh, fuck.
They are part of this natural world.
One. Baby! Okay, 15.
Your knowledge of dragons is in step with that of much of the known world within Terrell. Within Faerun, it is understood that dragons are fearsome creatures, powerful beyond measure, and that even young dragons can wreak horrible, horrible destruction. They are malicious. Chromatic dragons all possess a wickedness to them. Metallic dragons possess the spark of goodness, and it is said that the gods, in a great split, when the worlds were created, drew a line between draconic kind, a balancing of the scales. Black dragons are the most malicious, cruel, and devious of dragon kind. They often exist within swamps and bogs, ruins, and the lost places of the world. All of these thoughts and what you have read from numerous books in your training and your long life flash past you, Saray. However, there is something that you recall hearing that worries you more. It is said that in Waterdeep, there are magical wards that prevent dragon kind from walking through the gates and from even existing within a certain vicinity of the city. It is known as the Dragon Ward. You can make additionally an Arcana check, and I might tell you more.
I also have a -1 in that. All right, let's do it. Fuck it. Okay. What do I know?
Rolls.
There are magics that you have heard of that can subvert powerful wards. Additionally, if a dragon has a lair here in Waterdeep, it's highly unlikely that anyone is unaware. It would be very hard for this to be concealed or hidden. Impossible, really. Inside of Waterdeep, far too many very powerful wizards have worked unimaginable magics to prevent something like this from happening, because dragons or a dragon attack poses one of the greatest threats to civilization here in Faerun. This shouldn't be possible. So in this moment, Saray, you look upon all this and you realize these things. What would you like to do?
Where's the cat?
The ragged black cat that has guided you here, that jagged undead thing, sits pertly at the edge of the bridge, its tail swatting back and forth lazily in the air. It reaches a paw up and it licks itself.
Throw the cat at it.
And it's on the other side of the bridge, like where we're supposed to go, right?
It's sitting on the other side of the bridge behind the dragon.
Behind the dragon. Okay.
Right here.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. It's waiting on us. Okay. I am going to bow very low and very politely to this dragon. Forgive us, your greatness. We did not mean to stumble upon your humble abode.
Don't call it humble! Don't call it humble!
Your words have been said. I see your hand, Illyri. Since you're acting in the same moment, do you wish to do something?
I'm gonna do the same thing Sarai does and translate immediately.
Hawk, since you were also operating on a 9, do you wish to add something to this?
Walk in front of Dawdle just to kind of like shield her a little bit, protect the small one. And as I'm walking, I kind of mutter under my breath, this better fucking work. I'm going to hex it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of mutter a few words in Celestial under my breath.
He's not
opportunity. And I cast Hex first level to give it disadvantage on charisma checks against us.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, and then if I make any attacks with it, it's a concentration spell, but any attacks deal an extra 1d6 damage.
Yeah. So, there's no save on Hex, so it just happens. You speak these words under your breath.
And I'm holding my Eldritch Blast.
I'm going to make a legendary action at the end of your turn.
What's a legendary action?
I don't like that.
I mean, you just hexed a black dragon, so.
Is he aware? Oh, is he aware of the hex, or?
The dragon is we're about to find out, because the legendary action is known as Detect, and it's immediately.
Oh, I should have made a wisdom checks. Oh, and it's too late for me to do that. Okay.
All right. Okay, so that all happens at the same time, and I've performed the dragons, and the dragon gets to do a legendary action at the end of a player's turn. So it happens outside of the normal initiative, and the dragon has a number of them. So that's just one of them. The tail was a reaction, but let's keep going here. So I need to know what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that if you want, one of you can make the check and the other one can aid in that check if you like, to try to make a very desperate persuasion check to convince the dragon that you wish to have some sort of discourse.
I can do that.
I mean, like, is that really persuasion, though? Like, we want that to happen. I'm not trying to get it to...
Well, you want it to happen, but then somebody casts Hex on them.
I'm quite persuasive.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are far more persuasive
And
than
you're the only one that can fucking talk to it.
The persuasion check is to determine how believable and flowery your speech is, whether or not you affect the dragon by your words. I need someone to make that check. You can make somebody else as an aid, and that is going to allow you to roll with an advantage.
What do you say?
I think I only have a +1 to my performance, so if you have a higher, you should do it, and I'd be down to aid you.
Yeah, I got a +4 performance.
Oh, fuck yeah, you do it. What are we doing?
Oh, persuasion.
It is persuasion.
I have +7 to persuasion. If that
I will say that you cannot make this check.
That's fair. I did just hex it.
The dragon.
Yeah.
So you've spent your moment cursing the dragon, not trying to convince the dragon that you don't wish it any sort of harm or feel horrible about this intrusion.
That's fair.
That's contradictory to what just happened.
Fair.
Okay, and so given that this is on Illyri and Saray in this moment, how do you want to handle this?
Yeah, I say, Illyri, you do the roll, and if I can give you the bonus, Then I'll do. Then my bow. As soon as you say your speech in Draconic, I'm just gonna bow even lower. like oh god, I am a worm.
Your actions are much the same as you described them. Saray started to speak. You bowed low. Illyri, you realize that if the dragon didn't speak common, which it might, but it's choosing to speak in Draconic.
And I think that's persuasive. I think perhaps I immediately thought that that would just give us a little leverage in this situation of perhaps getting through it. So just go ahead and roll.
Roll with an advantage, and roll well.
Twice. Roll twice.
Twice. Take the higher.
Guys.
No, that's really funny.
Okay, so this is the roll for me that I feel like we get to decide if we charm the dragon or not. So
yeah.
Charm is a strong word, but we'll see.
Okay.
There's always a natural 20 in there somewhere.
Not today. So roll with an advantage.
You have rolled your perception, not your persuasion.
Oh, never mind.
So,
which one did I roll?
You rolled your perception. You need to roll your persuasion.
Okay, so I only have a +1 to persuasion. I read the word is very similar. It was very similar on the sheet.
That's fine. I still think you should do it.
Okay.
We'll do it.
You do speak the language.
Yeah, I do speak the language. All right.
And still getting.
Look, yeah. So
roll again, and then we'll take the higher.
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
I am Boo Boo the Fool.
A 14.
Flash genius to that, so that's now an 18 as Maglo also bows.
Yes, Maglo.
Dan. Hey!
For you, Illyri.
The words of the chosen choke on your tongue, dog.
Saray, he didn't like that. The dragon didn't like that at all. Say something else really quick, please.
Hey, dog is an upgrade from cats.
Hey.
It's calling us vermin of different sorts.
We'll be people soon.
Is there something else you can say?
Keep getting it to respond.
Wait a minute, what does that mean? The words of the chosen?
It's probably just draconic.
Who?
It's probably just what he
I
calls
think it's
his
just
language.
Either way, we're not on his good side right now.
Please, let's just compliment our way out of this.
The dragon is really not interested in anything that anyone has chosen to say. If somebody could please just choose to say something different.
Doddle, it's your turn.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. From my studies, because I am fantasy Rory Gilmore, would I know if the dragon would be able to know I'm telling the truth? If I right out the gate was I'm actually the Princess of Teowin, do I think that a dragon would be intelligent or connected enough to the weave to be oh yeah, you're right?
Make an insight check.
Oh yeah, you're right.
23.
I bet.
Doddle, you are overcome with this strange sense of impending doom. Hawk stood in front of you, and you're blocked now. You can't see the creature, but you crane your head out from behind Hawk's leg, and you look on this massive dragon, and you see Calder struck down and the shield thrown off into the distance. You see the rest of your companions bowing deeply and Illyri stammering over draconic words in a bit of a desperate gamble to try to convince this beast to stay its vengeance. And you see June there in its grasp. Its yellow eyes glow with an internal power, and an acidic drool drips off of its jaw. And yet, you realize that this dragon is surprised. Something about your appearance is unexpected.
Dawdle, looking at June, the woman who has protected her and believed in her, and so sorry, Piper, and would do anything for her. She's just thinking about how she would do anything for June too.
My name is Dodalia Telquisar of the island outside, heir to the throne of Teowin, and you are the most extraordinary thing I have ever seen in my entire life. I am trying to get home to a land where I have scholars and mages and armies in my name. We very well could die here. Or, if you let me and the people very important to me go, I will forever be in your debt. And then I'm gonna bow too.
I'm shaking.
Damn.
I would take that money, honestly.
I know, holy
Listen.
Okay.
Make a persuasion check with an advantage due to the role play.
Wait.
Thank you, Nox. And if I'm not mistaken, that would be like the first time that Calder heard like the whole like straight up admission.
Shit, I haven't told you. I haven't told O'Leary.
Yep.
Cards are on the table now, and that's a 16.
It's a very silent moment.
Can I say, you know that like anime trope where the protagonist is like kneeling down or bowing or something and it shows that shot from down below and they're actually freaking the fuck out? Dawdle's like petrified with fear.
For the longest moment, it feels as if perhaps the dragon didn't understand or there isn't going to be a response. And then, in common, for everyone to hear,
Telquisar. I have waited for this moment and the twice shattered weave. I have lurked the world of Terrell and shed age after age. I am Maldarastrix, daughter of doom, herald of the end, and guardian of the first dark Mythal. I am death. I am dark in the corner of your greatest fears. What foul magic brought you here? Telquisar.
Gravesmaster Zir.
Cal is gonna slowly point at the cat.
Yeah.
and we do need to go to the top, which means that we are back on June. Before that happens, no, you can go ahead. Dawdle's speech has prevented the dragon from using its lair action.
Oh, thank God.
What would June do? June is a mom. Okay.
Just for all of your information, because I think you would have caught this, In common, the dragon gave you many names and titles. One of them was Daughter of Doom.
Is it a lady dragon?
It is.
Yeah.
It's a lady dragon.
We stand. Come on, power. Sorry.
Girl boss hashtag.
Oh, Momo.
What?
Juniper looks at Dawdle. Oh, God.
Can I say that Dawdle is staring at the ground so you can't see her face, but you start to see little water droplets appear right where she's looking?
June looks at Dawdle and she, that's her baby. And then Hawk is standing there with everyone. Daughter of Doom, we were sent here to escape something else, and we were told to go through and follow the undead cat all the way through by Master Zier. We don't mean to be here. I don't want to be here. Sorry. Please don't kill my friends. I don't know what else to do. She just, I guess she's crying.
Oh, Piper, I want to give you a hug.
Pipes.
Yeah, please don't kill my friends. We don't mean to be here.
I'm not going to make you make a roll. I'm going to give you if you don't already have an inspiration, I'm going to give you an inspiration.
Okay, I have one. Thank you.
Who is holding on to the goldfish?
Fuck. Okay.
I think it's me.
Yeah, I think it is.
I thought it was MacLeod too, but
in MacLeod's bag.
But I'm going on vibes alone. So.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Piper, I'm going to check in with you right now. You're okay, right?
Yes, I just don't want my baby.
I love it. No, I love it. Like this is a game about emotion, so don't. I'm not asking you to not feel
And
things.
friendship.
I'm asking if you if the things that you're feeling are safe in this moment, and I'm going to ask your permission. The dragon is about to get nasty, verbally. Are you okay with that in this moment?
Oh, bad bitch! You can't kill me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell her off.
Pitiful creature. Your sadness pleases me. Your fear feeds me. Perhaps I will allow you to live, so that you may spread tales of the nightmare that I am. Or perhaps not.
The dragon slowly sets you back down on the ground and releases you. You're lying on the ground, bruised and battered, face to face to Calder. The dragon still looms over you, and its tail, as if to warn you, not unlike the cat, is twining back and forth. Make an insight check.
I also, Calder is Calder still hanging over the edge?
Yes.
Okay, that's duly noted.
That's fine.
Wait, could I use my inspiration? No, I'm not gonna use that. It's an
You
8.
can. If you wish to use your inspiration, you can roll again and take the higher.
It's in case it does pull something. I'm gonna keep that.
All right. You are breathing a sigh of relief, but as to the intentions of the dragon in this moment, you are uncertain as to why she would put you back down on the ground and not hold on to you. Calder, why don't you make that same insight check while you're hanging on the edge here?
While Calder's hanging.
Okay.
I'm gonna poop. I'm gonna poop.
He's also not an insightful boy.
But very lucky. You have a 16.
Okay.
Calder, you feel that this dragon is not threatened by your presence and has set June down. And while not ignoring either of you, you can tell that from the outskirts of her vision, she is watching you very closely, you and June both, but is keeping you just close enough that in a moment could either snatch June back up or strike you in a way that would send you toppling over the edge. So you feel the threat in the presence of the vicinity of the dragon, but the dragon has relaxed that hold.
Clever girl.
I don't want to pull a June thing, but I think I'm gonna pull a June thing.
You have all of your actions still remaining.
I do. June's gonna first try and see if she can pull Calder up.
Okay, so that's an athletics check.
Athletics, okay.
Yeah, you just need to reach over, grab onto Calder, pull him up, which you do not do. You grab onto Calder's arm and start struggling, but Calder slips a little further, and now the two of you are kind of locked in this.
Oh no! She uses her inspiration.
All right, I will allow it. In the future, try to call your inspiration before. Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Please. That's a little better.
So you do very. It's awkward, and it is not. It's lacking in all grace, but you do manage to pull Calder up, and Calder is technically lying like right on top of you, and the two of you are lying on the ground in front of this dragon. As you pull Calder up out of the abyss, and his whole weight kind of like clumsily falls on top of you.
June,
so both of you are prone.
I just want to hug Calder to keep him from looking at the dragon.
So sorry.
I'm not afraid of what you can do to me. I'm afraid of what you can do to other people.
You fear for the lives of those that you have foolishly brought before me.
MacLeod, what would you like to do?
What he wants to do is galaxy brain his way out of this situation using all of the knowledge that he has accrued and reading upon dragons and all this, but he is too scared. Because of that, he's not even looking at anyone else because he doesn't want to see what's happening. So, but he reaches into his bag, pulls out the turned off Busby, and then inserts the gem just so he can hear it in case anything terrible happens.
With a little clumsiness, you manage to reinsert the gem.
Sorry, bud. Sorry.
The mechanical bird is now in your hands and flashing red, and you work to keep it quiet.
You wish to live. You fear me. And you have been led here by the meddling Gravesmaster.
If you would like, Your Eminence, we can lead you to him.
We can't. We don't know where he is anymore. He relocated.
Sorry, just looks at Hawk.
If I may too, also, Daughter of Doom, I don't know these people, and I would. You can have your fun with them.
He turns and looks at Ellery.
Is this right? Is this right?
The dragon lowers its neck and cranes it, and it's at a distance where it's like directly over Calder and June, and its eyes are now on level with you, Illyri.
Step forward, refer to me as Your Eminence, and bow again.
Yes, Your Eminence. Perhaps you have a song request.
This is who they send. You. Fools.
Hawk is going to reach into his pouch, and from a while ago when he was in the basement of the Gravesmaster, he had a vision from the Raven Queen, woke up with a feather in his hand. He's going to pull out that feather, and he walks up to the head of the dragon, and he holds it out. And he looks at it for a few silent moments, and he says, "We serve the same master if you truly serve death. We are
How
not
close
your
do you
enemy."
get?
He's going to walk like front and center of the bridge, and he holds out the feather.
All right, I'm going to check in with you. Mike, are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So you have misinterpreted something, and there's going to be a consequence to it. But I just want to make sure that we're on an accord. So we're going to go forward with this, and if we want to discuss it afterwards, we certainly can, and we can reevaluate. But story-wise, narrative-wise, this is perfect. I just want to make sure that you're okay and that we're on the same level.
Yeah.
As you're holding this feather out, the dragon's eyes flit down to it and then to you. The dragon then opens its mouth and breathes acid in the space between the two bridges, where your hand and the feather are. Not at you.
Okay.
This blast has been aimed so as just to hit the feather. Unfortunately, your hand is in it. So I am going to make a roll. It is this enormous gout of green bile that shoots forth from the open mouth of this sharp-toothed, black-scaled abomination. And I just need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Now, if you fail this, you are not taking the damage.
Okay.
Your hand is.
Okay. I'm using my lucky
Can I
Christmas
help
die.
him at all?
You will not be able to because you're not within range of Hawk. Hawk, step forward.
Can I help?
I'm taking a picture of this because I was making all the jokes about electronic dice and I immediately rolled a natural 1. So I'm gonna...
If either Calder or June have a reaction, you could spend a reaction as the dragon is technically attacking in your range.
Right.
So it has made itself very vulnerable in this split moment to open into an attack if you choose to do it. So you have failed your dexterity saving throw, and you're unable to pull your hand back in time. Now, I am not going to give you the full damage from this attack, Hawk. However, your gauntleted hand and the feather that it holds does take that damage.
Was it the left hand?
That's up to Calder, or I'm sorry, it's not up to Calder, it's up to Hawk. What a horrible thing! What a horrible thing!
Hey,
as you have
Calder,
to
remember that choice you had to make earlier? Well, guess what? I would say that because Hawk is left-handed, his sword arm is going to be his left hand, so he's going to be holding it in his left hand. So it'll be his right hand then.
Okay. Your hand takes 54 points of damage.
What?
Damn.
Bye.
Hawk doesn't have a hand.
Yeah.
I guess I've been...
I swear to God.
Armed.
Oh my God.
I hate it.
Fuck my life. Okay, cool.
You don't take that full amount of damage. I'm gonna have you take half.
Okay.
Because of the hand is gone. For the moment, all right? As the acid eats it away and there's a bubbling gurgle as your armor melts around it, you're taking 27 points of damage.
27?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now in this moment, I'm going to pause us and I'm going to check in. The dragon has not yet revealed why it did this, but it has done this. Are you okay, Mike, as a player?
So I'm good. Does Hawk, is his hand just gone, or is it disabled, or is he
It's melted away, and
he's missing his hand completely.
Yeah, that does not mean that you will not retrieve your hand or regain it in the future.
Yeah.
Healing. It just means that in this moment, this dragon has dissolved your hand with a gout of acid.
Cool.
You've become Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I can't fight anymore, so yeah. Because I have a great sword.
You have a...
Oh no.
Okay.
Gotta make it to a temple now, guys.
Please.
For several reasons.
June is mad.
So we're gonna
keep my thing today.
We're gonna keep moving forward here. And so as this happens, the smell of this acidic dragon's breath fills the air, and you see this gout and Hawk silhouetted in the blast of it as it glows with this internal green energy. Hawk screams and pulls back, and all of you see the sizzling stump of where his hand was. His armor, the feather, everything that had it has been dissolved, and he falls to the ground in pain.
I do not serve the Raven Queen.
Your Eminence, it seems like the little doodle over here made you an offer.
Yes. The offer.
Ellery just move along.
Visibly shaking, not looking up.
All right, so again, is everybody else all right? We're going to move forward here. So that brings us to Calder's turn.
Oh. He's very much in the nobody move a fucking muscle mode right now. So I think he's just gonna tense up, seeing what happened to Hawk. Keep his head down. I don't think he has really anything.
That's your held action.
Yeah.
Let's move off of Calder then and go down. Mm-hmm. We are at our 9s, our triple 9s. So we have Saray, Illyri, and Hawk. Now Hawk, you are in an intense amount of pain, but you are still in shock. You are able to act normally for this round. Although you, as we've pointed out, you won't be able to wield your greatsword in this moment. Saray is going to be up first unless you wish to shuffle your actions here.
Saray is terrified because, it's dragon. She's still bowed. Your Eminence, forgive me if I be so bold. Is Gravemaster Zir the reason you are here?
Please make a persuasion check. The dragon, because of Illyri's redirection, has quelled its murderous rage. And while it seems to be on the tip of a pin, ready to fall back into a rampage, she is listening to you.
no Telquisar. But there is something about you. The Graves Master holds no power over me. The Dead Three echo. You step forward.
Saray picks her head up and looks to see if the dragon is talking to her.
The dragon is directing that at Maglo. And Maglo is unable to move forward. You can see him shaking, holding on to Busby. So I ask you, Saray, to finish your action, what would you like to do?
I think I'm just gonna look to Maglo. That's what I'm gonna do, and my eyes are like open wide, and you can see the terror in my face, in her face, Maglo. Like
In
she
stoic
is
Saray?
scared shitless.
Maglo can't see because he's staring directly at the ground.
No.
Just like with Doddle, there is the tears streaming down and hitting the ground as he's very quietly reciting alchemical components to himself. Mouse skin, maple bark, firmer pearl material made out of an amber jelly, and it's just all these small tiny things that you've seen him pull out of his bag at points.
Right, it's like your coping mechanism is you going through you're like
he's losing his fucking mind. He's freaking out so much.
Can I roll an insight check to see who he's talking about?
Yeah, I want to know if
everybody wants to make an insight check, you can do that to try to suss out who the dragon was referring to. You're trying to beat a 15, so.
Oh, what? Maglo.
Why are we here?
Well, now you know, Maglo.
Maglo, you know with a certainty that the dragon is talking to you.
Oh no.
Illyri, what are you doing?
Illyri just really wants to kind of figure out a way to get out of this. This is really uncomfortable. Clearly, Saray isn't charming the dragon over just yet, and Maglo's losing it in the back. But no song request from the dragon yet, so there's not sure what to do.
Join the Held Action Club.
Perhaps. Illyri would like to maybe go, if possible, go remove herself from the line of sight of the dragon and maybe take a few steps back and go to kind of say, hey, buddy.
I mean, many of your party seems to be just struck in fear. Like they don't seem to be taking direct action, and they seem to be stumbling a little bit. But you move over to Maglo and you say,
hey, Maglo, we really could use your help here. And perhaps I could put my hand on Maglo's shoulder and cast heroism?
You certainly could, Illyri. As a bard, there is
genius.
Something you can very much do to affect this. And so, in this moment, you place your hand on Maglo's shoulder. You are imbued with bravery. You are no longer frightened immediately. There's this wash of reassuring energies that flow from Illyri's hand into you, and it courses past you. And inside your hands, Busby shifts colors from red to a warm golden yellow. the sound of a ship rocking in the back of your mind, and the smell of lamp oil and sealing wax and ink on fresh parchment. And though she isn't here, you feel the presence of Willow. And though you cannot hear her, you know that if she was here, she would say, I believe in you. And the dragon fear no longer affects you. Hawk, it is your turn. And as we've said, you are in immense pain, but your sheer strength of will and the shock of the situation, your mind clears as you realize what's occurred, everything around you, and the situation as it stands.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
So, nobody's really done anything in regards to Hawk having his hand burned off, right? Like, nobody's done anything, or
Not yet.
No.
We're all too terrified to move to you.
I didn't know I could.
Many people can't even move closer to you out of fear of the dragon, and 2 people are on the other side of the bridge. But it is also not yet Doddle's turn, who is behind you. So she would probably be the most direct that would be able to do anything. But again, Doddle can't move. So
okay. In that case, going through his mind, he thinks about how he was saving his lay on hands in case anybody else was going to be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And then thinks, kind of just to his head out of spite, fuck these people, and uses all 20 points on himself.
Oh.
Fair.
So I'm healing myself for 20 points of damage.
It's a fair use of lay on hands in
fair.
this moment. Yeah.
Hawk's a jerk.
I mean,
he's
just
a jerk.
got his just got his hand burned off.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got his hand burned off.
And
I mean, it's
nobody
fair.
gives a shit. And
It's fair.
You say that, but it's not even my turn yet.
And from his point of view, a lot of these people haven't been very nice to him. So, yeah.
No. He's
like,
totally
he's
fair
letting,
in his.
like he's letting the paladin, his knee-jerk reaction as a paladin to help people slip past, and he's just letting him be in a very selfish moment right now, as he's lost in this familiar pain of like that remembering of he survived by himself, he can survive after everybody else is gone.
Yeah, it's survival instinct.
I love Hawk.
It's like survival instinct, but with a little bit of cayenne pepper spice added to it.
Just little salt guy, salt bay.
And he says nothing. He does nothing. He tried to help, and the way he sees it, the rest of them can dig their own graves or pull them out of it. He's done his bit.
So when you cast lay on hands, a wash of this dark energy rises up through you, and you feel all of this storm inside of yourself, and these conflicted feelings, your companions, and how close you have become to them, but how betrayed you feel in this moment. And somewhere far in the distance, Hawk, you hear the jagged, broken caw of a raven. And as you look across, past the dragon, past June, and past Calder, you see this black cat sitting on the other side of the bridge, its tail wagging back and forth, its rib cage exposed as part of its skull, and its jaw gleam white in the darkness. And its one eye staring at you.
I stare right back and nod.
Doddle. we've already made your check for frightened at the top of the round, so we'll be doing that at the top of the next round, so you won't be able to move this round. But you can act however you would act, and as long as you're not performing a manual skill, you don't have a disadvantage. And as long as you're not attacking, you don't have a disadvantage.
Well, I'm going to see if there's anything I can do to help Hawk, and I don't think there is.
I made a promise! God damn it!
You could pass anything to Hawk if you wanted. You could... yeah, that's about it. You could really just pass something to him.
Fix his clothes that got burnt off with acid.
Hawk's issues are more well, I mean, they're definitely physical, but they're also definitely emotional too at this point.
No, I know. He's going through a lot.
Our baby.
And I can't move forward, so I can't even, like, be beside him.
I mean, you have other friends.
I do.
No, not like that. Not
you
like
can
that.
get new ones after we kill Hawk.
No, not like that. I mean, like, she could ask other friends to do...
kill the spare, I guess.
No, I mean, she could ask... Donald could ask other friends to help her.
Spider going, fireball, person, scorching. Give me a second. I got nothing.
This is Realms Apart ASMR.
I'm freaking the fuck out right now. I don't know what the fuck to do. Yeah. I'm gonna say that upon hearing Hawk scream, she doesn't look up, but her little fists clench against the stone underneath her.
And you don't see any more water droplets after that.
Our small friend is so fucking pissed right now.
It's the end of the round. No one is going to use their held actions, I assume.
I would like to hold an action.
It's the end of the round, so if you're going to do it, it's now or never.
I'm like, I want to do something to, like, protect Hawk from getting hit again. I have shield, unseen illusion. I have fog cloud, but that's like I don't want to do anything to piss this dragon off. But I also
give him a hug.
I'm gonna hold a hug for Hawk. Once
the
my
only
frightened
problem
is dispelled.
that to give that hug, you would have to get closer to the dragon, which you are unable to physically do.
I'm waiting until I'm no longer afraid. That's
okay,
my
so
trigger.
we're gonna go. That ends the round. We're gonna go up to the top. Juniper.
June may or may not have screamed when Hawk screamed. And if Calder was willing, she totally just pushed Calder behind her at this point. She's like, no. If someone's going to die, it's going to be me. And let's see, how far is that? How far is he from me? Because I'm by Calder by the edge now. So that's like, what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? Okay, I can reach that. She's going to cast Prayer of Healing on Le Hawk. Because she's freaking out.
He's only down 7 points.
It doesn't matter because she doesn't know that. Let her simp.
All right. It still will not restore the hand, but you can heal his immediate damage.
There we go. I healed you for what, 7?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like the in total of what you lost now?
You're probably
he's back to full health now.
Good. And by the way, she's totally crying because she's like, ooh.
You reach out and you cast this spell, and you feel these enormous eyes glance down at you as you begin invoking this divine energy. And then it looks back expectingly at Maglo. And Maglo, it's now your turn. What do you do?
Maglo releases Busby, who flies around and then lands on his shoulder. He looks up at the dragon and then stands.
Give it to me.
I think that both of us know that that's a bad idea.
Do you even understand what you carry? Did they tell you?
No. I know it's bad.
Then you are their pawns. All of you.
Well, that's the thing about pawns. They're completely useless. But if they get to the end of the board, they become the most powerful piece in the game.
The dragon rears up at that. Her head pulls back. And her wings expand outward again.
Do you take me as one who will be denied?
We could work together.
That's a persuasion check, MacLeod.
That is an 11 because I'm adding I'm adding a flash genius to it.
You wish to deal, worm?
That's worse than rats.
I am not gonna lie to you right now, Daughter of Doom. But I am fucking horrified right now. I am so impeccably scared of dying, because then it means that nothing I do matters. But right now, I'm not scared of me dying. I'm scared of the others dying. And that's what scares me more than anything. And I am saying right now that I am the smartest man in the fucking world. And I am the strongest ally you could ever have.
You may be the smartest mortal in the world. But I am so much more. And you, in your vast sea of intelligence, are floundering on my shore. All of my servants are here, beneath you. Do you still wish to serve?
Where are they gonna go? Are you gonna let them walk away?
I will allow 5 of them to. You and the goblins stay.
Calder, get the fuck out. Busby, go to Calder.
Busby does what you say, but looks back at you the entire time, and the mechanical bird lands on Calder's shoulder and then looks back at you.
I know.
Cal looks at Busby and looks back at Maglo like he's the reserved, emotionless boy. Like, he has been crying for a minute. Like, since Maglo said, worried about the others dying, Collar, he started to cry. He's just shaking his head just a little bit, like there has to be another way.
We'll be fine. We'll meet you outside. I don't know you very well, Calder, but you remind me so much of me when I was your age. And I will do anything I can to make sure the shit that's happened to me doesn't happen to you, and I'm so fucking proud of you, alright? And you are gonna save everyone here, but I'm gonna need you to leave.
He backs up a little bit, just very slowly, towards the gate.
Can I give Calder something? Calder, here, take this. She gives you her light crossbow and her bows.
He looks at her like he barely believes that this is happening right now. How will you get out?
Go.
June, you're going too.
No, not without not without her, I'm not.
June, there's two of us that are gonna really need your help going up there.
June, Calder needs to go to that temple.
And you're the only one that can get us through those doors.
June, I've blown up a carrion crawler from the inside. I've stopped a ship with many people on it from crashing to the ground. I'll be fine.
And I'd like to roll a deception check, please, and thank you.
Can I do wish. That? You may. It's also open to roleplay as to whether or not you two decide how your characters react to these things.
Well, it's an 8, so she's obviously not a great liar.
I mean, June looks over the edge because she's like, how am I going to protect these people without my shield?
Illyri, Saray.
I presume the fear is gone at this point, right? So I can cross the bridge.
You are terrified, but because of the situation,
I'm gonna listen to the dragon. I'm not gonna not listen to it, right?
You don't want to be any closer to the dragon than you have to be.
But I have to get past the dragon in order to leave.
The dragon will allow you past.
Saray is gonna straighten up out of her bow, and very, very carefully and respectfully, as not to piss off the dragon, step over to the edge of the bridge where that crack is that's on the map. She's gonna look down. Does she see what does she see at the bottom of the bridge?
Well, it's very dark.
It's very, very
there's water, and there are skeletal figures that are endlessly reaching upward, but it's probably a 50-foot drop.
What is her dark vision? Can she see that even through her dark vision?
Well, that's what you're seeing with your dark vision.
Got it.
If you didn't have dark vision, it would just look like a black abyss.
Okay. Is the shield anywhere to be seen?
Is that still lit?
No, it's not lit. But you can make a perception check. I'll have to make it for you.
Okay.
You don't see the shield.
Saray is then gonna carefully step back, give herself enough space, and run and jump over the bridge. To do exactly what the dragon says and not piss off the dragon.
All right, and so since you are still affected by the fear and the dragon kind of rears up to allow you to pass, I actually want you to move over here.
Okay.
Away from the dragon. Pretty much to where the cat is.
Okay.
All right. And Illyri, you see Saray takes this moment and, without looking at the dragon, jumps over and runs past.
I'm just gonna look at Hawk and be like, boss, you got this? You need a hand? And just eye up the giant
too soon
ravine.
Need a hand, yeah.
And you just like motion ahead. Are you sure?
I'm sure. I want to say goodbye
Right.
to them before.
I'm just gonna give like one look at Maglo and Dawdle and just not really know what to do there, and proceed and jump over like Sarai did.
So, with her over, Hawk's gonna turn around, and he walks past Dawdle, and he is about to pat her on the head with his stump, and then he realizes he can't. So he puts the sword under his hand, he pats her twice on the head, goes up to Maglo, looks at him for a moment, and pulls him into this giant hug, holds him close, and whispers in his ear, "When the time comes, get her and run. Don't look back." Hawk turns around, and he very coolly goes over like he's about to walk out. And the moment he's under the dragon, bonus action, Vow of Anonymity, main action, Necrotic Shroud.
And that's where we're going to end our session.
He swore an oath.
I don't know what that was.
That's incredible.
New people have a breakdown.
Yes, right. So Necrotic Shroud, he this moment passes, and for a second, it's like what little light is in the room begins to dim, and his skin takes this pale, sickly greenish hue, kind of like this Galadriel, like going full One Ring-ish moment. And two twin necrotic angel wings erupt from his back as his eyes flash with divine light, and he casts his Vow of Anonymity, saying, "You'll never be alone with that goblin."
Okay.
So I want to check in before. I know Momo, you and Matt need to go, but is everybody okay? Are we all? I know it was intense. It was a lot. If anybody needs anything or wants to speak with me, I'm available on Discord, on your private character channel, or you can call me, or we can talk over text. Whatever it is, between now and the next session, I want to make sure that we're taking care of each other. I apologize. The dragon is a vile thing.
Yeah, like black dragons are like the douchiest of dragons.
I love her.
Yeah, I want to play with the dragon more. I'm so excited.
I'm not gonna lie. Mentally speaking, I was emotionally prepared for rolling dice and screaming numbers instead of roleplay, so I wasn't really on the top of my game. So
you were on top of your game. Everything that you did was
I don't know about that.
I was thinking in terms of, oh god, Mike's doing the dumb. So
I love the dumb. And listen, that moment with the feather was probably one of my favorite moments in this session.
I love the feather.
Okay.
Because it tells us so much about the story.
Yeah.
And it is definitely what Hawk would have done. And that mistake between thinking that because this dragon was worshiping death and that the Raven Queen is death is a very fine, granular sort of perception. And there are followers of the Raven Queen, and then there are people who hate the Raven Queen.
Oh yeah.
And you just happen to put your stake in a camp, and it cost you a hand.